What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And the movie I want to take a look at right now is The Cursed. Now, this one comes from LD Entertainment, and it hits theaters this Friday, February 18th, if you want to watch this film, regardless of what I'm about to say. So what is this movie about? In rural 19th century France, a mysterious and possibly supernatural menace threatens a small village. John McBride, a pathologist, comes to town to investigate the danger and exorcise some of his own demons in the process. So that is what your movie is about. And, you know, going into it, for me personally, never saw a trailer for it, but I love small independent films, especially horror films, because I don't know anything about the mystery or the threat, and I just want to watch it for the experience. You know, make my blood pressure rise. I want to be terrified. I want to be spooked out, and I want something to remember by, so that way by the end of the year when I'm making my top 10 list, it's like, oh yeah, I remember that little horror film that I saw in February. So that's what I was hoping going into this. And so I watched it, and I kind of like it. You know, director and writer Sean Ellis here, you know, I never saw the previous film that he did, which was Anthropoid. I had it in my possession. I was supposed to watch it. I just never got around to it. So I never knew what this guy's directing style was. And after watching this, I want to go watch Anthropoid now. I really like the atmosphere that Sean creates. The element of suspense and just terror and unnerving sense of just doom around this entire film. It's just, it permeates throughout the entire story. And so you definitely feel it while watching this, whether it be a flashback or a nightmare sequence or stuff happening in real time. There's always a sense of terror in every single scene. And it's moody, it's atmospheric, and it really just kind of puts you in the front seat while watching this thing, and you do feel it. And so I think for just creating an atmospheric horror film and something kind of different, because when you think of like The Cursed and you watch this movie, you're like, oh, this is gonna be something like The Witch, or you know, another movie that has some creature terrorizing a village. You know, we've seen this stuff before, but I think Sean adding his own personal touch to it. There was a couple times where it got me with the jump scares, and there was a couple times that was just the way it was shot and the way it was edited, the way it all came together, really just made the hair stand up on my arm, if you will. So yeah, I just think from a feel perspective, Sean Ellis, I think, nails it. As far as the story goes, I thought it was okay. The actual demon and the monster that they are facing, I thought keeping it hidden for the majority of the film, you know, it's a little less than 2 hours. I thought that was beneficial because it really made my imagination run wild, and I was thinking to myself, what does this thing look like? What is about it that is so terrifying to people that they just they can't seem to look at it, type of deal. So I like the fact that it was kind of a mystery throughout the entire film. Once it was actually seen, it kind of deflates some of the suspense in the room, and you know, it's actually shown with, you know, some questionable CGI, and so the threat level isn't as prominent or deadly. But leading up to that, I really like the kind of mystery surrounding, like, what does this creature look like? Is it even real? Is it in people's heads? You know, is this an allegory for a thing that permeates through many generations of families, you know, that people just can't explain, but it's always coming back no matter what generation it's in. Yeah, I thought the actual demon had its pros and its cons. Its con mainly just being the CGI was a little questionable. But other than that, I thought the actual threat level of the villain was really really cool. You know, as far as the actual like story, like character wise, once again, they're fine. Like I said, I think this is more of just an experience type of horror film. Not really one that you go for these deep and rich characters. They're just characters to kind of get you from point A to point Z while surviving this thing that they're trying to face. So, you know, everyone that's in it does a decent job performance-wise, but it's not something that, you know, I'm going to just, whew, that was just, whew, those characters in The Cursed, I'm telling you what. But I will say that everyone did a fantastic job really selling you know, what they were seeing, being in this time period, and I thought everyone did a pretty good job. I also liked one particular sequence that reminded me of The Thing quite a bit, which is why I said earlier on that Sean Ellis kind of adds his own stamp to it. because this does look like The Witch. It's very, like I said, plays with a lot of grays and blacks and whites, very moody, but it's also body horror as well, so it kind of pulling from John Carpenter a little bit, and I kind of like that. He kind of just, he kind of had influences from all over the place and just made his own thing, but there was one particular sequence that reminded me so much of The Thing. It was actually kind of creepy. And so I really, that was one of my favorite sequences of the year so far. I liked it. It was very short, very brief, but really well executed considering that the monster towards the end of the film had some questionable CGI. So yes, is this film going to win any like awards? Probably not. Am I going to remember it in a few months? I'm hoping, because like I said, there were elements that I do like about it. But I think if you were looking for something to watch this weekend, little horror film, something different. If you like The Witch, if you like body horror, like The Thing and stuff, I think you might like this. You know, quick little watch here. So yeah, check it out if that is your bag, so to speak. So that will do it for this review, guys. I'm Chase Lee. Please let me know down below what you thought of The Cursed, and that will do it for this one. I will see you guys for the next one. Goodbye.